Daybreak here in Tasmania. Just took the ferry overnight from Melbourne. The ferry ride was a lot better than I imagined, actually. Closed my eyes and slept pretty much the entire night. Now I'm well rested and I'm ready to go. And another day to drive every drop with my Honda Jazz. Looking forward to driving on the island of Tasmania. It's been a little over 30 days on this road trip. It's actually gone by a lot faster than I had envisioned. I think that's primarily because I've seen so much and been able to experience so much that I definitely wouldn't have seen if I had flown to these various countries. I think road trips in general are a dying breed. You know, people these days fly from one place to another. They want to get from point A to point B and they want to forego the journey. It's that time you take on a road trip, as opposed to flying over this entire country, that you really truly can appreciate all that is different around you. The thing about a road trip is you never know what to expect. And I think there are times when you're tired and you might want to rest, but it's about being in the moment. And sometimes when you're in that moment, you see things or experience things you never thought or imagined you would. And that's what I think kept me going and made me want to just go out there and see more. A huge advantage about traveling on the road is the freedom it offers you. And that freedom is what's made this trip so much fun. I've arrived at Cradle Mountain. This is one of Tasmania's most popular destinations. Snow-topped mountains, beautiful lake, a lot of greenery, even in the wintertime. Being able to drive in India, Malaysia, now here in Australia, to be this close, you know, to Mother Nature in all its splendor, and to be on the road with all the locals in these various countries has been a very unique opportunity for me. It's been an amazing experience. After driving on the roads for thousands of kilometers in 3 different countries, I've come to the end. I've probably driven more in this past month than I have in the past decade. It's been a wonderful experience. You know, I've definitely met some very interesting people that are doing very, very incredible things. But one thing in common, I think, amongst them all is that they're all very proactive. India was about recycling and conservation. Malaysia was about preserving the culture, and Australia was about innovation and sustainability. If I had to pick one country to like the most, I have to say it'd be pretty hard, but I'd probably have to pick India, just because it's just so different than anything else or anywhere else I've ever been to. There's just so much life, there's so much, you know, happening on the roads, you know, and it's overflowing onto the streets. Went to, you know, Udaipur, and then went to a smaller town and got to see, you know, the Lake Palace, which is, you know, this very serene, you know, beautiful palace sitting in the middle of this lake. And that to me was also just a beautiful, stunning image too, especially after coming from a very, very populated city like Delhi. Vadodara, overnight it just rained and rained and rained. By the morning it was flooded. It got to a point where I wasn't sure if I should continue on. But that's what a road trip's all about. It's about being spontaneous, being adventurous, going out there when you probably don't think you should. It was another memorable experience that I'll always have with me too. Of all the people I met in Malaysia, I think my most memorable was Alex, who was basically taking apart these old Malaysian homes and then using that wood without any nails or anything, and then building a resort with it all though too. In essence, I think retaining some of the culture and the history of you know, Malaysia. I met some really innovative and fun people in Australia. Leash from Carbon Cops. She was a lot of fun, but even more importantly, she was very educational. She taught me a lot about about conservation, especially here in Australia, in terms of leaving a smaller carbon footprint, in terms of electricity, gas, water, what each and every household can do too. I've been able to see so much, on this journey, and I think that's what a car allows me to do. It allows me to be right there, with the people in the country, trying the foods, seeing the sights, and traveling the roads. The best part is I would do it all over again in a heartbeat. I just love knowing that there will always be another road for me to travel.